Hello guys, welcome to a new video on Tower of God New World, and in this video we're going to go over today's dev livestream. Before starting, I just want to thank BBNik for the idea of creating a dedicated channel in my Discord server for all the live streams, and also again to BBNik for translating the pictures and uploading them to that channel. So again, thank you very much, and I would say we can get started by looking at the plan for the live and also all the different content that they released. I watched it again. Well, I didn't watch it the first time live because it was at work, but I watched the replay with the subtitle. I hope they were correct. I don't know. And I took some notes for some of the points. So we're going to have some sort of discussion on that. And yeah, the first slide is just what they're going to talk about. So there's going to be some responses to major suggestion, some coupons being revealed, some new like the survey on the next units, etc., etc. And they're going to show what's to come in the 1.5 year anniversary and also the roadmap for the first half of 2025. That's more or less what they plan to do. And I would say we can have a look at the first part, the first bulletin board, and that is the hard mode. Now, for hard mode, what they wrote also here is that the enemies are going to appear with the ignition weapons and revolution stages applied. So revolution unlocked and ignition weapons unlocked. Now, it doesn't say anything about the stats, and also while speaking, they didn't mention it, I believe. But again, if there are Koreans in the comment section, guys, please let me know. But it seems like from what I can tell, but again, we don't have the mode yet, so we cannot say, but we're definitely going to test it during the live. And it seems like it's only going to be like revolution and ignition weapon set effects applied. I'm not sure they're going to apply like peers and other stats like that. If they plan on doing it, they will probably do it directly in the stats, but it won't be related to the ignition weapon stats that we get. They just manually change the stats of the unit as they do in adventure, stuff like that. They will keep doing the same. So it's effectively the enemies with a full kit and a set effect of a certain ignition weapon. With which kind of logic they select them, I don't know, but we'll see, I guess. I don't even know if one unit could have multiple variations based on which kind of ignition weapon they give them. I don't know if it's going to be the same ignition weapon for enemies. We have no information. We're going to see when we actually have the content. Now, the content is going to be unlocked at level 30, and it will be fairly simple for, I think, all of us. They will add 10 floors every Monday. So every week there are going to be 10 additional floors, and it seems like they're going to start up to floor 10 on the first day. And they plan to catch up to the current adventure floor before the second anniversary. So in around 5 to 6 months, we should have like the hard mode being at the same level as adventure. That's kind of their plan. And other things they mentioned is that this mode was not planned only with endgame players in mind, and probably not even close to that. I mean, they probably didn't even consider endgame players at all, but that's another topic. And they made it in a way that it's a source of materials that are kind of scarce in the different stages of the game. Be it the exclusive equipment mats, I believe, should be probably in the first floors when you clear them. And also, I think in the picture here, we're seeing it as a floor reward or something. So when you are at floor 30 and you unlock this mode, you are you are lacking a lot on exclusive equipment mats. So they're giving you that. And then as soon as when you progress, you will lack different types of materials and they will give you that. So it's planned to go hand in hand with the standard progression. That's kind of the idea. So if you are a new player, you get to floor 30, you unlock this mode, it's already planned for you to be able to clear at least 1 or 2 floors so that you can get some mats, upgrade your characters, and then keep pushing. So it's sort of back and forth. You go up in adventure until you're stuck, Then you go to our hard mode, you push until you're stuck, you use the mats that they gave you to upgrade your units, then you go back to normal mode and you push again until you're stuck, and again and again and again. Back and forth like that, also shown here in the picture. So that's kind of their idea, and I think it's good. It's a nice idea. Unfortunately, for most of us, it won't be really useful because exclusive equipment mats are entirely useless, I would say. But okay. Later on, they will give you like revolution mats, and that's going to be a lot more helpful. But I wouldn't be too excited for the first stage, especially what we're going to get this week. So yeah, that's more or less their plan for this mode, and I think it's pretty cool, to be honest. I mean, it's a good idea. It's a bit sad that it's not going to be a great mode or a great end game mode, but like instead of hard mode, this seems more like again, a complementary mode to the standard adventure. So hard mode doesn't really mean much, but it's fine, I would say. It's a good design. Maybe they should have changed the the name, because at this point it's not really, again, a difficult mode. It's just a complementary one. So I don't know, whatever. Still pretty solid. Then for the second bulletin, we have to go back to the main page because I don't know why, probably made a mistake and he uploaded the second and third bulletin in the main channel. So let's have a quick look at this one. This is the new SSR unit Anaak, as kind of like I could already see it happen, as I mentioned in the one of the previous videos. I said that since this is another version of Anaak, and they mentioned that data towers will be for alternative version of existing units, it was kind of obvious they were going to do the data tower, and that happened. They said they did some improvements, and also will give you the possibility of exchanging more stuff, probably because you will have the possibility of earning more stuff, like more tokens or exchange mats, whatever it is. So we will get more than we used to get with Kunagero. Now, they also mentioned that when Data Tower is rerun, they will also rerun previous units. So this is an Axe Data Tower, but I think for the summon, you will be able to select Kunagero. As far as I could tell, they did not mention this at all, so we have no official confirmation, but I'm pretty positive you will have the possibility of selecting Ice Spear Kunagero as well. But yeah, that's pretty good. I would say is a good way to release new SSR units. Is unfortunate that they're available for a limited time, but it's definitely a lot cheaper than the usual way of pulling for them. So I'd say overall is kind of a win, and we need to see with which kind of frequency they're going to release it. If it's going to be once a month, then that's great. Once every 2 months, also pretty solid. If it's anything less than that, maybe these units would be a bit too exclusive. I don't know. And this is like making an assumption that previous data units will be released as well. So will be available in the like sort of banner. We'll see. We'll see. So overall, pretty good. Kind of expected. For the next part, we're going to have some sort of more alliance content. I didn't really pay too much attention to this one. We could skip. I don't know if you guys are that interested about what they said, but they didn't really say much. We're going to see later the alliance fleet battle, but again, they didn't really show much. It could be fun, but I'm not really sure how they will pull that off. So I would say for now we can skip it. Now let's go back to the full mode here, and we're going to talk about the ignition weapons. So there was the discussion about the rate up of the different ignition weapons not being really constant, etc. They talked about it, and they said that they're going to do the rate up for the units that come out. If applicable and if relevant, they're going to do the rate up for their own best in slot sets. And they're also going to do some rate ups every now and then for some more unpopular ignition weapons kind of thing. And for the half anniversary period, so basically a whole month, we're going to have every single dungeon or every single secret floor as a rate up, which is really, really good. But we have to remember that in mid-February, they're going to release 2 new ignition weapons, as we can see from this sentence here. And they also talked about them. One of them is going to be called Mago, I believe, and this seems to be for damage dealers that are basing their damage on energies on special moves. That's kind of what I understood, but even the translation here was extremely messy, so I might have missed it. The second one should be called something like Baal, so I think the demon, but again, could have been a weird translation of sorts. And for this one, I have no idea what that's going to do. I read something about counterattacking, but I'm not sure. So I'm definitely looking forward to the one called Mago, if that's actually the correct translation and whatever, because Mago in Italian is like wizard, so it kind of makes sense that it's for again mages. So hopefully it's going to be a really like a really good set for units like White, Bomb, probably even Dowon that's coming out next this week. So yeah, looking forward to it. I'm really, really excited, and I will keep a lot of keys for that. So I will be farming it during the live stream when those sets are going to go live, and we're going to test them out. And that's pretty much all there is to it, I would say. Not much else was mentioned. Then, okay, the codes. And if you kind of missed the codes and you're looking for the codes, you can find them in the codes channel. I put all of them there. Then we have the result of the survey where they ask people which kind of units they're looking forward to the most. At the third place, we have Doom. It's an interesting pick. I would say it's deserving of slot 3. Kind of cool. Henryu slot 2, I have no idea. Even if they decide to release him, I don't know which kind of kit they will give him. We'll see. And at number 1, somehow, Yama. Pretty cool. It was mentioned a lot, so I guess it's fine for him to be level 1. I'm looking forward to him, especially because it seems like we're going to get the version that we see here on the right. So his kind of final transformation. Or, well, we're going to get a version with both of them. So he starts off with the base version, and then it seems like he will be able to transform. And yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. Now, for the top 10 most voted units, we have, again, Yama and Doom. Then we have Yasracha, or however that's called. So this cat guy here. And I think I wrote that. In the survey, I voted for him for no particular reason, but before we start seeing some crazy units that are current in the manhwa, I think some old ones that are still also quite relevant and strong, I would like to see them now before they just become totally irrelevant because a lot like cooler units have already been released. Like again, loose like here that we see here would be a bit too much, but okay. At number 5 we have V. Again, I hope that's not gonna happen anytime soon. We know too little about him, and we saw him for very, very like almost we didn't. I would say we didn't see him. We only saw the flashback version. Maybe they could release that, but whatever. We'll see. Then the version of King Zahard. Again, I hope they're not going to do it because we don't have much to go off of. So it would be probably a very weird kit. Then we have Okni, definitely a unit they should release, and definitely as an SSR, I don't see him being an SSR plus unit, but they made Kaiser an SSR plus, so it could also end up being one. I don't know. Then, okay, Luzlek number 8. We have Hedden number 9. Now, he will never be released, I think. I don't know if sort of administrators of floors are going to be included in some way, maybe in the late future, but I don't think that's happening. And for number 10, we have Beta. Kind of makes sense. They should release him before. Again, is one of those kind of forgotten units that if too much time passes when they were released, they will be underhyped. So I think it would be a good time to release him as an SSR unit. And yeah, overall, nice recommendations. Just a few of them that I hope they're not going to do this soon, but we'll see. Then we have most voted units in the game. So this is the vote about your preferred unit in the game. Seems like 20, or well, no, sorry. The question was about which unit you would like to see more versions of in the game. And at number 1, we have Bum. Pretty obvious. He's the protagonist. He has so many different power spikes, different versions that they could release. So first place is pretty much obvious. Second place, Kunagero. I guess it's fine. I would say at least one more version is mandatory, at least one SSR Plus version that he doesn't have at all. And that will be probably Sweetfish Kun. Pretty cool. So I really hope that they're going to release him soon because he's going to be a broken SSR Plus support. And we'll see. Then we have High Yuri Zahard. We already have 3 Yuris, but the last one is probably I don't want to say the best one of the 3 because Child Yuri is still somewhat more. I don't even know if saying more viable is correct. I mean, she has a higher damage output. She has also nice grouping, utility, etc. So I don't know, but okay, the 2 SSR Plus are fine. The SSR version is trash. Then we have Zahard, but I think other than the King Zahard version, there is not much they could be releasing. Maybe the flashback Zahard version that is becoming the king of the tower, let's say. Maybe that could be an option. I don't know who said rack. We already have 3 racks, and that's all the transformations. Maybe they could do the rack that was training together with Ice Spear Kun. So when Kun learned to use the Ice Shinsu, Rack was also learning to, I don't know, wear rocks kind of things. But okay. So that kind of power, maybe some rock gauntlets, kind of mini rack, could be cool, but I don't know. That would be the 4th rack, probably is a bit too much. Lopobia Ren. I guess it's fine to see his version without the costume. It would be pretty dope, so I kind of agree with that. Traumerei, definitely, it would be good to have either the flashback version or the full power version. We'll see. White, I don't see how they could do more versions of White. I don't recall there being a particular power up compared to his current version, so I don't know. Kunran, also for Kunran, is kind of meh, and they could release another version, but I don't really see the reason to. And the last one would be pretty funny, Rachel. And we're going to mention Rachel again once we get to the popularity vote, but I'm not going to say anything more now. So we can just move on. I already talked a bit too much about these topics. And the next one is the anniversary roadmap. So what kind of events we can expect for this 1.5 anniversary? And yeah, just more details on that. Now, the first interesting thing is that Gustang is not coming on the 27th. Is coming next week and should be on the, I believe, 21st. I might be mistaken here, or maybe 22nd or 23rd or 24th. I don't know. Sometime next week, which is interesting as a choice. We have more time to pull for him, but still is a bit early, I'd say. And we only have 1 week of Traumerei's banner. So Traumerei is getting a rerun. It was kind of already expected, I would say. And my recommendation to you guys, if you're free-to-play players or you're short on resources and you don't have Traumerei maxed, just wait up to like these days here, 1 or 2 days before we get Gustang, so that they release the kit. And I will do my best to try and analyze it and speculate how relevant family head Gustang is going to be. And then we're going to, like, I'm going to make a video on whether you should try and pull some more copies of Traumerei or go for Gustang. Because we have no idea after this rerun when we're going to get Traumerei again. In my opinion, they should have done the opposite. So first Gustang and then Traumerei. Because at that point you see Gustang, we already have the kits with the numbers, which would be a lot more helpful. And then you can decide whether you should go for Gustang or just skip him. I don't think that's going to work like that. Like, he's likely going to be a must-have unit and a must-max unit, but whatever. So yeah, it's kind of weird that they decided to do the rerun of Traumerei first. This is kind of disappointing from my point of view. I really didn't think they would do that. This is extremely money grabbing to me. They are trying to force people that have like FOMO, so they don't want to miss out on units, to actually go and invest on Traumerei without having enough information on Gustang. Because all we will have is just the visual kit, so what the skill kind of do, but we won't have the actual percentages, we won't have the exclusive equipment, and we won't have the revolution ability upgrades. So we won't have any information to make an informed decision on whether to pass on Traumerei and go for Gustang or vice versa. From what I can say, Gustang is going to be a mage. Mages are more dependent on dupes than supports. Traumerei is really, really strong when maxed, but he already has a niche and no dupes, and he's a support. So I wouldn't worry too much about maxing him out. Of the two, if you are still unsure once the kit of Gustang drops, I would say save and go for Gustang if you can max him out. Remember, to max out an family head unit, you should have around 1,400, 1,500 tickets, at least black market tickets. So it's going to be super expensive, so be prepared for that. And if you cannot max them, then it's a bit tricky. We're going to get 150 free tickets for Gustang's banner. That's good. It's going to be a guaranteed copy anyway, even if you decide to go all in on Traumerei, you will still get one free copy of Gustang. So that's good, but again, mages kind of rely more on their kits to do damage, and Traumerei is a support. Even though he deals a shit ton of damage, in the end, he is a support unit. And to counter shields, he will do well as a support at 0 dupes. You just plug him in and will destroy the shields. Trickier to use, less impactful, but still quite good. I'm not so sure that Gustang will be the same as 0 dupes. So that's all I'm saying. But again, talked way too much about it. So let's move on to the next point. And I wanted to mention that this time the SSR Plus banner will last for 4 weeks, which is pretty good. And Dowon's banner is going to be the same as Anniversary, but instead of 300 PT, we will have 100 PT, which is pretty insane. But we're going to talk more about that once we see the banner, because it's in one of the following slides. So overall, really, really good. Then we also have the melting event that's coming back. This is where you could break your old stuff, like the books, to enhance the proficiency of the units, or maybe some old hammers or whatever that you have an excess of. You could break it and exchange it for something else. It's good that's coming back. I hoped it would be more frequent, but they kind of forgot about it. So I don't know. Let's hope they're going to rerun it every maybe 3-4 months or so. We'll see. And okay, I already mentioned the rate up on all ignition weapons. That's going to happen for the whole 1.5 anniversary period. We have the popularity voting, but we're going to talk about that later. We have the Nonstop kind of festival, but they split it in 3 sessions. So when we start, we have the first missions, then we have the second ones, then we have the third ones. Each and every one of them will give you 150 tickets as a final reward, and probably some more in the mix. But with the 150 that we also got for free, with the coupon codes, we should get around 900. So it should be 600 in total for the 3 festival plus the 150, and then 300 more somewhere inside the missions. So that's a good amount, and it's around, I would say, 12 copies of any given unit. But again, we're going to talk about that once we get to the Nonstop SSR Plus banner or slide. And I'm also going to make a dedicated video that might come out tomorrow, probably, on which SSR Plus to pick. So I'm not going to talk too much about it in this video. And what else? We have Revolution Room Season 4, okay, Traumerei Arena Season 4. Then we have some sort of rivalry event when we're going to see in one of the following slides. And then the last one, I don't know, because they are in the middle of it. Now, we have Dowon as the next SSR Plus unit. She's going to be a blue mage, and that's a really strange decision. But they also addressed it. They said, I'm not 100% sure again about the translation because I use the automatic translation of YouTube, but could be accurate. And people ask them why we're going to get a second blue mage so soon after the previous one. And obviously I'm referring to Revolution Bomb. And they mentioned that they are not like units that cover the same role. They have like a complementary kit, so they recommend to play them together. Interesting. We're going to try that out, obviously. And as far as they said, they mentioned that Dowon is the more offensive unit. So she's going to deal more damage than Bomb, which is insane to me, but we'll see. We'll see. And she also has some sort of synergy with blue teammates, which is interesting. I think Garam, Dowon, and Revolution Bomb are going to be fucking insane together. But again, we'll see, guys. So blue seems to be really nuts. Like after the release of Dowon, they're going to be super strong. They're already insane, but probably even more. She's a physical damage dealer, which is a bit strange. But again, she will work well with Bomb because Bomb shreds defense, so it doesn't really matter if the enemy, like if your other ally is dealing physical or magic damage, they will get some sort of boost anyway. So really solid. Other things that I wanted to mention here are that we're going to get a skin. I don't want to say for free, but kind of. It's going to be like the collab units, so Ejin and Alice. The skin is going to be available if you get her to Revolution 6. Which, by the way, if you got her to Rainbow 5, you should get her to Revolution 6 because mages have the special move Pierce under the Revolution 6 node, which is really good because it seems like her special move is most of her damage, and it's a really cool special move. And what else? Let me have a look at the next slide. This is more information. Again, here we see the Revolution 6 reward is the skin. Here we see the rate exchange for black market to the tickets of this banner, and that's 2 to 5, the same as the anniversary. The rate is 1%, the same as anniversary again, and we have a 100 PT instead of 300 PT. This means that with around 1,000 tickets, you can expect to get her basically to Rainbow 5 with a bit of luck, but it should be around that amount. So it should be 400 black market tickets. That's pretty solid if you ask me. So really looking forward to it. It is a really cheap banner compared to the other ones. So overall is not bad, especially like they had to make it a bit cheaper because well it's a 1.5 anniversary, but also we are getting 2 family head units back to back, which is really greedy on their part from my point of view, but this is kind of okay. They're releasing so many SSR Plus units though that it's really getting a bit tiring. But I guess if they keep on giving this kind of, I don't want to say sort of free stuff because it's not, like she's not free, but 400 black market tickets is extremely cheap. Like if you just started out in the period of 4 weeks, you're likely to clear 20 floors, and 20 floor. Well, no, actually, wait. Is it 10 tickets per floor? Yes, damn it. So you have to clear 40 floors. Okay, that's a bit trickier, but possibly achievable. So even if you say you invest everything you have on Gustang, you should still be able to clear enough to be able to get her for free. This is if you are, again, a new or a recent player. If instead you are sort of already in high floors and already pushing crazy deficits, then it's going to be tricky for you to be clearing 40 floors, but you should have a lot of resources somehow, so should be okay. Still pretty cheap banner, I'd say. And she will be added to black market. So contrary to Anaak, she will be available after this event ends. And yeah, that's more or less all I wanted to mention for this one. And let's have a look at at the next topic, and that is Anaak. And for Anaak, they made this kind of version I never saw in the manhwa, and I think they also confirmed she doesn't exist. This is supposedly the weapon that she's using after Green April was taken from her. Okay, let's say. And this weapon looks pretty sick, I will say, as a spear. And when we look also at the video, well, actually, let me see. Oh, okay, we kind of skipped Dowon gameplay, but we can have a look after we briefly speak about Anaak. So she seems to have a useful kit. She's a ranged unit, which for an SSR is a bit of a red flag because she should be a DPS at this point. But again, do not expect damage from an SSR unit. Still, they gave her HP recovery block on the special move, which is sort of a Craptor special move in terms of size. So it's like one single beam in one direction that hits multiple times all the enemies on that line and will apply HP recovery block to them, which is really good. And with Revolution, it seems like she's going to get extra energy. So that will basically be the first thing that she casts in the fight. And if you can give her enough energy in general, she will just keep on casting it and keep the enemies with the HP recovery block debuff, which is really solid. They're adding a shit ton of units with this kind of debuff, which makes it less valuable in general. If before it was rare, now it's a lot more easy to get. Yeah, definitely she should be a nice unit. She will also have swiftness decrease in her kit and some barriers, but they didn't mention anything else. So I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical in terms of damage potential because again she's an SSR, but the utility she provides, the swiftness decrease and the HP recovery block could come in handy. If she doesn't have anything else that maybe like a Ice Spear Kunagero provides, the defense shred, the magic resistance shred, and also the energy decrease, maybe it's a bit disappointing, but definitely could have some uses. So should not be slept on. Now let's have a quick look at the video for Dowon, and we're going to see what she does. It seems like she's going to be invincible at the start of the fight because, again, she was frozen in the wall, blah, 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 in the story. So they kind of gave her initial invincibility. And it also seems like she's not going to immediately cast the special move once she's at full energy. I don't know if it's because in the video they were manually casting it or whatever other reason. But if you look like it, like if you look at it, now she's sort of invincible and she has this kind of circle there. Then she has full energy now. She's still not casting the skill, but now she is. Well, no, okay, not yet. She has full energy. She's not casting anything. The effects around her keep on increasing, and now she's casting it. It looks like the hard special move, but just blue colored. I don't know if, like, it's in auto here, but nobody's casting skills. I don't know why. But they also mentioned something about a counterattack mechanic in her kit. I don't know. Anyway, all her skills look pretty cool. And the special move is really solid. Now she's casting it again. And it should deal a decent amount of damage. We don't know. The AoE is pretty decent in size. And again, she will have buffs based on the blue color allies. She will have some sort of barrier and stuff. We don't really know until we see the kit, but she seems to be a good unit overall. So something to look forward to, especially if you're interested in this kind of design. Now, for the festival missions, as I already mentioned before, we have the 150 SSR plus Nonstop tickets for all 3 parts of the anniversary. So that's 450, plus we have some more here as rewards, which should be an additional 300 for the 900 total. And then we also have some additional rewards for the special training. I don't know which kind of, yeah, clear adventure 30 times. Interesting. It should also include hard mode, I believe, but we'll see. So we have to clear some stages of adventure and we're going to get these rewards. Okay, solid. And now we have the Nonstop SSR Plus summon, and they included white. So every single unit up to white is included, which makes it a lot easier for some of you guys. If you don't have white maxed, it's going to be your priority 100%. So go for him. And if you have a new account, you went for like Kaiser in the SSR Plus Nonstop, and now you go for white, you have 2 insane units that will carry 2 teams for you, and you will clear so many stages. It's going to be insane. So really, really good. If you already have white and Kaiser maxed, then you have a lot more options, but I'm going to cover them in a dedicated video. Otherwise, it will make no sense here. And yeah, pretty good overall. Interesting choice on their side. And yeah, that's more or less it for the Nonstop SSR Plus. The next part is the rerun of Traumerei. Again, is the same as before. Super expensive banner. Well, not super expensive. It's the same as the black market, but we don't have an hard PT. We only have a soft PT, which means once we get a copy, it resets. It's not like a free copy every 100 or every 200 or whatever. Is never a free copy. You will have to pull all 22 copies of this kind of family head units, which means on average the amount of tickets required is 1400 or so. Fine. And yeah, we'll kind of see. I will again make a video dedicated on it once we get Gustang's kit, and I will kind of recommend you guys to either go for Traumerei or Gustang. I can already tell you 90% I will recommend you guys to go for Gustang. I'm pretty sure, but we'll see. Now, there is also a mission for Traumerei in which they give you a free skin with the without the mask. Pretty cool, I'd say. And this is not something related to summons. You need to have the unit and to unlock like Revolution and stuff. You will get points, and then you will get the free skin. Pretty cool. Then we have the gameplay of Anaak. So let's also have a look at that. So we can see the special move I was talking about before. Now here they're talking, whatever. Just click on it and show us. So she should already have Revolution. So she's starting with a lot of energies. You can see this is the first hit, and this applies HP recovery block, as we can see here from the icons. It's eating all 3 of them, which is really good. The debuff is lasting for quite long. It's already like more than, I would say 10 seconds. So 10 seconds debuff, and now she has another one that should be also killing the enemies. Really good. So the AoE is nice, the damage, obviously don't be fooled by this kind of showcase of the unit, but could be okay, we'll see. Definitely the debuff is extremely interesting. Then we have the popularity vote, and for this one, they include every single unit, as they did for the last half anniversary. The winner will also receive a free skin. So what they're going to do is, obviously here we're going to vote for whichever unit we want to win. And then they're going to do some concepts for the unit that wins, and they will give us like 4 or 5 options to pick from. And then we're going to vote on one of those concepts. And the concepts is just the skin ideas. And then they're going to create it and release it. So on this topic, please, guys, please do not pick a unit that could somehow in the future get just replaced. So what I would ask of you guys is to either go for an EX unit, so Traumerei or Gustang, or really solid and good supports that we know are going to stay relevant in the game. If we ask for, like, I don't know, Awakened Drak, that guy will become useless at a certain point. He is already kind of half useless. So please don't do that. Just just because I get it, if you want to vote for someone you like, at least pick it from a roster of units that's actually valuable in the game and will probably stay the same in the future. So yeah, that's just what I'm asking, guys. Please, we don't want to get another skin for Iwa because we all saw what Iwa became. So pick at least an SSR plus or above. And if you really want to go for an SSR, please pick a support, not a DPS. That's all I'm saying. But there is also something else. We could potentially decide to all vote for Rachel. Now, this is super troll, but like super troll, just because Rachel is, well, obviously hated by most of the community. This would be funny, but overall, I'd say let's not do that. It doesn't really make sense. So please, let's pick a relevant unit. We'll see, like, I would say a family head would be best. So probably Gustang, as they're showing here, should get the first place. But also White would be acceptable. I think White is a really good pick, even though he's a DPS, but is one that is unlikely to get replaced anytime soon. So really, really solid. And then we'll see. But okay, whatever. Just I wasted too much time talking on this topic, but yeah, you get the idea, guys. Let's try not to repeat the same mistake that we did with Iwa. And what else do we have here? Well, we have the model for Gustang. So we have the aesthetic is very similar to the data version, I would say. Is quite okay. It seems a bit too young. Maybe they could have improved his face. Someone said in my Discord server that it looks like Ejin somehow, and that's actually quite true. They probably used the same base and then they made some changes, but okay. And he's also a physical unit, so he's a mage. He's a red mage, kind of expected as we mentioned previously. He should have been either a purple or a red unit, but since Traumerei is green, it was bound to be red kind of thing, so makes sense. He's a red mage, which means he's going to be pretty insane, also in terms of revolution value. He's going to be really good. And I'm not sure what they're going to do with this kit. Like half of the things are a bit like non-clear. So it could be nuts, it could be just average, but I believe it's going to be nuts. And we're going to see in one of the previews that his AoE attack is really like it seems like he has a pretty insane AoE attack or animation, so should be fine. And they mentioned he has a lot of AoE and some crowd control, so we'll see. And this is just the video of the actual animation. Let's see. Okay, the first couple are just easy miss. This one is the right one. And we're getting him. I have no idea what's written there, but it's fine. That design is interesting, but weird too, I guess. And they should also show the thing on the right. Let me see. Maybe they didn't. Yeah. Okay, wasn't this one the one I was referring to? By the way, that thing there in the background is the new background that they're going to give us. Like we got the Anima hideout, we also get this kind of battlefield background, and we'll see. And yeah, again, as mentioned, we're going to get the 150 free tickets. We also have some sort of event where you pick one of the two factions, and the one that wins, everyone is going to get the rewards for the winning faction kind of thing. So I'm not sure if they're changing every day. I don't think they mentioned it, and it should be every day we get some rewards kind of thing. So it's pretty interesting. But don't worry, everyone is getting the same rewards. It's not like if you pick the winning side, you get more than the losing side. That's not happening. It's just a matter of deciding which kind of rewards we get. Then we have the two faction competition. Well, okay, it's the same thing. It's just showing you the two different boss battles. So whatever, doesn't really matter. It's fine. It's more rewards with some fun, with some fun sort of missions and fights. We'll see. Then we have some strange pouches. It seems like we're only getting one of it. I don't know if it's going to be one per day or one and that's it, but we're getting 25 24 hours of coins. Pretty cool. Nothing insane, but okay. And then we're getting one pouch. And the pouch has the following rewards here. I would say the most important ones are probably the revolution mats, definitely interesting, and also the ignition weapon mats. Everything else is kind of meh, but the amounts seem pretty nice. If it's only one of them, though, like if you get the 10 coin packs or the, what is that, like a 4 Shinsu packs, that's pretty disappointing. But we'll see. And what else we got? We also have the first half of the year roadmap. And here we have, okay, New Year event store in February, plus the Alliance fleet that they showed us before, and probably they will also show us again. We have the new Eden floor with the 2 new ignition weapons. We have minigame always open 3. I don't know if it means that all of them will be open only at that period, or starting from that point, we will have minigames open all the time. No clue. We'll see. And then we also have new companions. It's 3 new companions. It's just the 3 was there above, but okay. Then for March, we're going to get the Colosseum Arena. We're going to go over that in a second. Guardian Lord PvE, I don't think I really got it. They probably didn't mention it that well during the live stream. Then we have New Companion Festival and 4 new companions. It's like 4 new companions every single month. That's a shit ton, but we'll see. In April, we have Max's Board PvE. Not 100% sure what that is. We have a new event story and a new story act, plus 4 new companions. In May, we have Labyrinth of Memories, the event, and 4 new companions. They mentioned for Yama, but we're going to see that in a second, that is associated with the Labyrinth of Memories. So my guess is going to be in May, and then on June, we're going to have a new Labyrinth of Memories, but this could have a more relevant unit. I don't know how to say that. Maybe an EX that's like 6 months away, 5 months away, but whatever. So could be. We'll see. So my guess is we're going to get Yama in May. Then for June, we're going to get a new growth system, the Soul Room, new Labyrinth of Memories again, new companion, new minigame, and again, 4 new companions. So pretty solid. They didn't give us too much information, but still enough. Here we have the Alliance fleet battle, whatever, and I still don't understand how that works. So I guess until we try it, it's going to be difficult to kind of imagine. They always show them moving around, but I couldn't tell what they were doing, so no idea. For the Colosseum, that seems pretty interesting. Is again another PvP sort of arena. They mentioned high rank arena quite a few times. I don't know if it's going to have the same similar conditions to join. No clue. But what they said is that there is going to be sort of a ban system. So every season there are going to be different units banned, and some different units will have some buffs. So you won't be able to use some units, and some others that may not be as popular will receive buffs, which I guess is interesting, is a nice twist. And yeah, we need to see how many units they will ban with which kind of logic, and yeah, we'll see. Overall, nice little twist, and we'll see. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see also which kind of rewards they will give us. Then we have Yama preview. As mentioned before, this guy should be coming in May. Again, nothing is set in stone. It could be coming a lot earlier, could be coming maybe a bit later. Some people also said that they heard the devs say second half instead of first half, but I don't know. I think I read first half, I'm pretty sure. We'll see. The translation could have been wrong. So, okay. So we have Yama. The design is pretty badass. I really like this base version. They probably put too much detail in his clothes. It should have probably also they should have removed something from him, I think. But we'll see. Overall, is a nice design, really good, and I'm really looking forward to him because he should be a purple unit. We're missing a lot of purple SSR plus units, so really, really good. And for any of you that's thinking this guy will be an EX unit, that's not happening. So don't even think about it. Then for the next image, we have the transformation because again, that guy will transform. And I will say other than the hair, that is basically just a white version or light blonde version of the hair, everything else is kind of meh. I don't know. I mean, I like it, but it seems so different compared to the manhwa that I don't know. I mean, it's definitely cool, but I don't know if you know what I mean, but weird. Still super solid. Really, really cool, especially when you look at this kind of splash art. Really, really dope. And yeah, we also have the preview here. Really, really cool. And that should be all, guys, for these dev notes. They also had a Q&A session, but I didn't really go through that. I'm waiting for them to release sort of the written version that they did also in the past. So that's pretty much all. I'm sorry for the long video. I wanted to do it in a way that's more compact, but I ended up talking too much about some different topics. I will definitely put the timestamps down below, so don't worry about that if you're only interested about some topics. And yeah, look forward to the Nonstop SSR Plus video that I will be releasing, I believe, tomorrow. I will record it and upload it. And yeah, I will be seeing you guys tomorrow or during the live stream. I will be streaming, what is that? Thursday, because I believe the patch is on Thursday. So yeah, I will be streaming around 8 p.m. Central European time. We'll see. That's kind of the plan. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.